Have you ever stepped out of a hot shower and felt a sudden wave of dizziness, even just for a moment? Maybe your knees felt a little weak, or your heart beat faster than usual. You told yourself it was nothing, just part of getting older, right? But what if I told you that something as ordinary as your daily bath could quietly be harming your heart, weakening your skin, and even putting your life at risk? For decades, we've been taught that daily bathing is a sign of cleanliness, health, and dignity. And for many older adults, it still feels that way. A morning routine that starts the day off right. But after the age of 70, your body changes in ways that make that same routine not just outdated, but dangerous. What once refreshed you could now be silently working against you, straining your heart, drying out your skin, making falls more likely, and even weakening your immune system. Ignoring this reality doesn't just mean a bit of discomfort. It means increasing your risk of fainting, hospitalization, infections, fractures, and permanent loss of independence. And the worst part? Most people have no idea. They continue with these habits every day, not out of neglect, but out of love for routine, until one small moment in the bathroom changes everything. That's why this video is more important than it may seem at first glance. Because today, we're uncovering 5 bathing habits after age 70 that could be quietly shortening your life, and what to do instead to protect your body, your independence, and your future. And if what we share here can prevent just one fall, one ER visit, or one moment of regret, then it's worth everything. So, stay with me until the end. These truths are not just surprising, they may be life-saving. If you want to stay independent, feel safe in your own skin, and finally understand what your aging body is really telling you, so you can make small, smart changes that protect your strength and dignity. Please comment below with the number 1, or comment the number 2 if you've ever felt afraid, confused, or frustrated by the way your body is changing, and just wish someone would explain what's happening and what to do about it. Your comment will help us know what you need most, so we can keep sharing insights that truly make a difference in your life. Now, let's start with the first habit, one that seems comforting, but can carry hidden danger: bathing in water that's too hot. On a chilly morning, it feels like a blessing. That cloud of warm steam, the way hot water relaxes your muscles. But underneath that comfort lies a serious risk for older adults. Hot water causes your blood vessels to dilate. In simpler terms, it makes them widen suddenly. That rapid expansion drops your blood pressure in seconds. Now imagine this. You're 75 or 80. Your heart is no longer pumping with the strength it once had. Your body doesn't regulate blood pressure as efficiently as before. So that drop, it doesn't just make you dizzy. It can make you black out. And in the bathroom, wet, slippery, alone, that blackout can be catastrophic. Every winter, hospitals see a rise in emergency calls from older adults who collapse in the bath or shower. And it's not the water itself that causes it. It's what happens inside the body in response to the heat. One moment you're enjoying a warm soak, the next you're unconscious on the floor. There was an older man, sharp, active, still independent at 89, who had been taking hot baths every morning since his 20s. He believed it kept him strong. But one January morning, he stood up after his bath and collapsed. His daughter, luckily visiting that day, found him unresponsive. He survived, but never again regained full independence. Why did this happen? After age 70, the autonomic nervous system, the one that controls your heartbeat, blood pressure, and temperature, slows down. It reacts less efficiently to sudden changes, like stepping from a hot bath into a cooler room. That sudden transition causes a dangerous drop in blood pressure, known as orthostatic hypotension, a condition that leads to fainting and, in many cases, serious injury. And it doesn't take extreme heat to trigger it. Studies have shown that water at just 106 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Celsius, if used for more than 15 minutes, can raise cardiovascular strain in older adults by up to 30%, the same as a light jog. But instead of jogging, you're standing on a slick bathroom floor with nothing to catch you. So what should you do? The fix is simple but essential. Keep bath water warm, not hot. Between 98 degrees and 104 degrees, 37 degrees to 40 degrees. Use the inside of your wrist to test it, not your hand. Limit your time in the bath or shower to 10 minutes or less. Drink a full glass of water before and after. Hydration helps regulate blood pressure. And most importantly, use a sturdy shower chair if you've ever felt lightheaded or weak during bathing. Sitting reduces the risk of falling and helps your body manage temperature changes more gently. Now let's move to the second habit, one that's praised for its discipline, but misunderstood in its effect. Bathing every single day. Many older adults feel proud to maintain their daily shower, even when energy runs low. It's a way to feel fresh, dignified, and in control. But daily bathing, especially with soap and warm water, strips away the body's natural oils. And after 70, your skin doesn't replace those oils as quickly or at all. The skin becomes thinner, drier, and more vulnerable. In fact, it produces about 50% less oil than it did in your younger years. That means every wash removes more than just dirt. It removes your body's barrier against infection, inflammation, and irritation. One woman, 77 years old, came in complaining of relentless itching. Her skin was cracked and inflamed, and she was bathing daily with scented soap, scrubbing head to toe. Under examination, her skin showed microscopic tears and signs of infection, and she asked, "Did I do this just trying to stay clean?" The answer, heartbreakingly, was yes. This isn't uncommon. Seniors who bathe with soap more than 4 times a week are 60% more likely to suffer from dry, clinically damaged skin. And dry skin isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Cracks become entry points for bacteria. Infections spread fast in skin that can no longer defend itself. That's why it's essential to rethink the idea of clean. After 70, it's not about daily scrubbing. It's about smart, targeted hygiene. That means bathing 2 to 3 times per week, focusing only on essential areas, underarms, groin, and feet. The rest of the body can be gently rinsed with warm water or wiped with a soft cloth. Always use pH-balanced, fragrance-free cleansers, never harsh or antibacterial soaps, and moisturize within 3 minutes of stepping out of the shower. That's when your skin is still damp and best able to absorb hydration. Small changes, big difference. These aren't just skin tips. They're strategies to protect your immune system and prevent hospital visits. Because after 70, the bathroom shouldn't be a battleground. Now that we've seen what heat and frequency can do to your body, let's look at something even more dangerous. A risk that hides not in the water itself, but in the floor beneath your feet. Most people don't realize this, but the bathroom, the very place where we go to feel clean and safe, becomes one of the most dangerous rooms in the house after the age of 70. Not because of anything obvious. The water is warm, the floor is familiar, the towels are folded neatly nearby. But all it takes is one wrong step, one moment of dizziness, one misjudged reach. The third habit that could shorten your life after 70 is also the most overlooked: bathing without proper support or safeguards in place. No one wants to admit that getting in and out of the tub has become harder. It starts subtly, a little unsteadiness while reaching for a towel, a shaky knee when stepping out. Most brush it off. I'm fine. I just stood up too fast. But the truth is, even the strongest older adults face a dramatically increased risk of falling in the bathroom. There was a man, 88 years old, who had always prided himself on being independent. He didn't want a walker, didn't want help, didn't want to change his routine. One morning, he slipped while stepping out of the tub. Just a small misstep, but the fall fractured his hip. The surgery went well, but he never fully recovered. He lost the ability to walk on his own. He had to leave his home. His life changed, not because of illness, but because of a fall in the bathroom. Falls like this are shockingly common. In fact, 38% of bathroom-related falls in seniors happen during or just after bathing. And it's not just the fall itself that's dangerous. It's what comes after. A fractured hip in someone over 80 increases their one-year mortality rate by 25%. That means 1 in 4 doesn't survive the year following the injury. Why are these falls happening? There are 3 main reasons. First, the surface of the bathroom becomes extremely slippery when mixed with water and soap. It doesn't take much, just a drop of shampoo or conditioner, and the floor becomes as slick as ice. Second, many older adults experience sudden blood pressure changes after a warm bath, especially when standing up. The shift in temperature from the water to the room makes it worse. And third, coordination naturally declines with age. The strength, balance, and reaction time you once had may no longer be there, even if you still feel capable. That's why making a few small adjustments to the bathroom can make a life-changing difference. Start by adding non-slip mats both inside and outside of the tub or shower. These reduce the risk of slipping by over 90%, according to safety studies. It's a simple investment with enormous protection. Install grab bars near the shower and toilet, not towel racks, actual grab bars designed to bear weight. They provide steady support when standing, stepping, or turning. Use a shower chair, even if you think you don't need it yet. Sitting while bathing not only reduces fall risk, but also reduces cardiovascular stress. For anyone who feels lightheaded in the shower, this one change can be life-saving. And never rush. Move slowly, especially after bathing. Let your body adjust to the cooler air before stepping out. If you ever feel unsteady, sit down and wait. Your safety is far more important than speed. If you live alone, tell someone when you're going to bathe, or consider using a personal emergency alert device, especially after age 80. It may feel like over-preparation, but it's the kind of decision you'll never regret. Now, let's talk about the fourth habit, one that often seems harmless, but can lead to serious consequences: failing to stay warm and dry after bathing. It's something people rarely think about. You get out of the bath, towel off quickly, throw on your robe or nightgown, and go about your evening. But for an older body, especially one with slower circulation, that post-bath chill can trigger something much more dangerous than a shiver. After 70, the body becomes less efficient at regulating internal temperature. In fact, studies show that people over 80 have up to 40% less ability to maintain their core temperature in response to cold environments. That means the room doesn't need to be freezing to pose a risk. It just needs to be cooler than your body can handle after a warm bath. There was a woman, 92 years old, mentally sharp, still living at home. One winter evening, she took a warm bath before bed. She didn't dry off fully. Her hair was still damp, and the room was just a little cool. Within an hour, her body temperature dropped to 94.1 stegu, 34.5, a clear case of mild hypothermia. Her caregiver found her shaking, disoriented, and unresponsive. She recovered after hospital treatment, but the experience left her weak for weeks. These episodes happen quietly. There's no loud warning, no sudden pain, just a slow drop in temperature that becomes dangerous before you even realize it. So what should you do? First, warm the bathroom before you bathe. Letting a space heater run for 10 minutes or turning up the thermostat can create a safer environment for your body to transition in and out of. Second, as soon as you finish bathing, dry off immediately and thoroughly. Use a warm towel, not a cold one. Pay special attention to hair, hands, and feet, areas where heat escapes fastest. Third, put on warm clothing right away. Socks, long sleeves, and even a soft bathrobe can help seal in body heat and prevent rapid cooling. Don't forget to fully dry your hair. Even if it doesn't feel cold, damp hair pulls heat away from the scalp, and your brain needs that warmth more than you might think. Fourth, consider drinking a warm beverage after your bath. A cup of herbal tea, warm milk, or even hot water with lemon helps raise your core temperature gently from the inside. And finally, avoid late-night bathing in winter. The best time to bathe is in the early afternoon, between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. When your home is naturally warmer and your body has more energy to adapt. Staying warm isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. For older adults, something as small as a post-bath chill can lead to days in bed, a weakened immune system, or a visit to the hospital. These precautions aren't about fear. They're about freedom, the kind that comes from staying strong enough to live independently, confidently, and safely. Next, let's take a look at one more habit, one that's so deeply ingrained in how we think about cleanliness, we rarely stop to question it. In fact, many older adults see it as a matter of pride. The habit, trying to stay too clean, scrubbing the body with soap from head to toe, every single time. It sounds like the right thing to do. After all, we grew up with the belief that cleanliness equals health, that a good bath meant washing every inch of skin until it squeaked. That strong soap, foam, and fragrance were signs of doing it right. But after 70, the rules of the body change, and what once kept us healthy can now leave us exposed to deeper risks. Here's the truth. Your skin isn't just a protective covering, it's your first immune organ. It houses a living ecosystem of beneficial bacteria known as the skin microbiome. These microscopic organisms are not harmful. In fact, they help guard you against real threats, viruses, fungi, and dangerous bacteria that can enter through the skin if that protective layer is disrupted. Every time you use strong soap, scrub vigorously, or bathe more often than your skin can handle, you're not just removing sweat and dirt. You're stripping away the very bacteria that defend you. A woman named Helen, 83 years old, came in one winter with inflamed, irritated skin. She had rashes that wouldn't go away, small infections around her elbows and knees, and a constant sense of burning across her arms. She had been bathing daily, sometimes twice a day, using antibacterial soap, believing she was protecting herself from illness. But under examination, her skin told another story: dryness, microscopic cracks, and the near-complete absence of healthy surface flora. Her microbiome had been washed away, and with it, her body's natural defense. Bacteria had found a way in, and her skin could no longer protect her from infection. It wasn't carelessness that got her there, it was dedication, a commitment to cleanliness that no one had ever told her might one day be too much. And that's what makes this habit so dangerous. It hides behind good intentions. Studies have now confirmed what we see in real life. Seniors who bathe with soap daily have up to 35% lower immune protection in their skin than those who limit full-body soap use to 2 or 3 times a week. And those who use antibacterial soap are at even higher risk, because these products don't just kill bad bacteria, they destroy the good too. When the skin's defenses break down, it doesn't take much. A small scratch, a bit of dry air, and suddenly there's an infection, a rash, or a sore that doesn't heal. For a healthy 30-year-old, the immune system covers those gaps quickly. But at 75, it takes longer and leaves room for complications. So how do we change this? The solution isn't to stop bathing. It's to bathe smarter. Start by limiting soap use to key areas only: the underarms, the groin, and the feet. These are the parts of the body where bacteria and odor are most likely to collect. The rest of your skin, your arms, legs, chest, and back, can usually be cleaned with warm water and a soft cloth. On days you don't bathe, a simple sponge bath focused on those same areas can keep you fresh without harming your skin. Next, choose your products carefully. Avoid antibacterial or scented soaps, which can disrupt the skin's pH and kill beneficial bacteria. Instead, look for pH-balanced, fragrance-free cleansers, often labeled as for sensitive skin or dermatologist recommended. These cleanse without stripping. They protect what your skin still has left. After bathing, moisturize. Every time, without exception. The window to lock in hydration is small, just 3 minutes. That's all the time you have before evaporation pulls water from your skin and leaves it drier than when you started. A moisturizer with ceramides helps repair the skin's barrier. One with hyaluronic acid draws in water and keeps the skin soft and supple. Together, they support the healing and protection your body needs more than ever after 70. And there's one more piece. Your environment matters too. Dry air, especially in winter, pulls moisture from the skin even faster. That's why keeping indoor humidity between 40% and 60% can make such a big difference. A small humidifier in your bedroom or bathroom can help your skin retain the hydration it needs to stay resilient. These aren't just beauty tips, they're immune strategies. Because when the skin breaks down, the whole body becomes vulnerable. And yet, this is one of the most overlooked issues in elder health. So many older adults suffer in silence, itching, burning, hiding irritated skin under long sleeves, thinking it's just part of getting old. But it doesn't have to be. With a few changes in habit and a shift in mindset, the skin can begin to heal. And with it, so much more. The sense of confidence, the ease of movement, the comfort in your own body, the ability to sleep without scratching, to dress without discomfort, to feel like yourself again. Helen, the woman I mentioned earlier, within 6 weeks of adjusting her routine, bathing less often, switching to a gentle cleanser, moisturizing daily, her rashes disappeared, her skin softened, and most importantly, she stopped being afraid of her own routine. That's the power of knowledge, the power of letting go of habits that no longer serve us, the power of choosing what our bodies need now, not what they needed 30 years ago. Cleanliness is still important, but clean doesn't have to mean stripped, raw, or sterile. Clean means protected, balanced, strong, and that's what your skin deserves. You've now seen the 5 bathing habits that, if ignored, can slowly undermine your strength, your skin, your safety, and even your life. But awareness is only the first step. What matters most is what you do next. You've made it all the way here, and that tells me something important. You care, not just about hygiene or routine, but about living well, about protecting the body that has carried you through so many seasons of life, about doing what's right, even when it means unlearning habits you've held for decades. And that takes strength. The kind of strength that doesn't show up in muscles, but in wisdom, in courage, in choosing what your body needs now, not what it once needed. We've talked about things most people never think twice about. A hot bath on a cold morning, a daily shower to start the day, scrubbing with soap to feel fresh and clean. These things seem harmless, even healthy, but for someone over 70, they can quietly work against you, draining your strength, drying your skin, weakening your balance, making the bathroom not a place of rest, but a place of risk. The truth is, no one ever warned us that the body changes this much with age, that the same water that used to relax us could now make our hearts race, that the same soap that once smelled clean could now strip away our protection, that one slip in the tub could mean months of recovery, or losing the independence we've fought so hard to keep. But now you know. And that knowledge is powerful because it means you can choose differently starting today. You can choose to lower the water temperature, to sit if you feel tired, to step out slowly with support beneath your feet. You can choose to bathe less often, to be kind to your skin, to protect the microbiome that still works silently to keep you safe. You can trade that old bar of harsh soap for something gentle. Trade pride in being tough for wisdom in being safe. None of these changes mean giving up control. In fact, they're the opposite. They are how you stay in control. They are how you keep your freedom, your routine, your dignity, not just for today, but for the years ahead. Because when your skin is strong, you sleep better. When your heart doesn't race from heat, you feel steadier. When you don't slip, you don't break. When you keep warm after a bath, you don't end up in bed with a fever. These things matter more than they used to, and the smallest change today can prevent the biggest regret tomorrow. So please, don't wait until something happens to take this seriously. Don't wait for a fall. Don't wait for that ER visit. Don't wait for a skin infection that won't heal, or a moment of dizziness that leaves you gasping for balance. Instead, start with the towel you use tonight. Start with the water you run tomorrow morning. Start by looking at your bathroom not just as a place to clean your body, but to respect your body. And if you're someone who cares for a parent, a spouse, or a friend over 70, please don't dismiss their routines as just how they are. Help them adapt gently. Help them understand, because they deserve to live safely and comfortably without giving up the sense of independence they hold dear. The changes we've talked about today are simple, but they're not small. They are how we age with care, how we honor the life we've lived by protecting the body that lived it. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you, or someone you love, ever experienced a scary moment in the bathroom? A fall? A reaction to hot water? Struggling with dry, painful skin? You are not alone, and your story might help someone else more than you realize. So please, share your experience in the comments. Whether it's a cautionary tale, a small tip, or a question you've been wondering about, this is a space where your voice matters. If this video resonated with you, if it opened your eyes, gave you new tools, or made you feel seen, I invite you to click the like button. It helps this message reach more people who need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical, life-saving advice. Because aging may bring new challenges, but it also brings new wisdom. And we're here to walk that road with you, one step at a time. Before we go, let me leave you with this. Clean doesn't mean scalded, stripped, or sore. Clean means protected, balanced, and calm. And aging doesn't mean losing your strength. It means learning to protect it. You've earned the right to care for your body in a way that honors its journey. To bathe not out of habit, but out of respect. To feel safe, warm, and confident every single day. So be gentle with yourself. Listen to what your body is asking for. And never forget, it's not too late to make a change. It's not too late to feel better. It's not too late to live stronger and longer. Live your best life at any age.